In a truly bizarre post on Truth Social this week, which I could pretty much start any segment ever with that statement. But anyway, in a truly bizarre statement on Truth Social this week, Donald Trump gave himself a new nickname that left the internet howling. Here is what Donald Trump posted on Truth Social in his attempt to get President Biden to debate him. Dean Phillips, who just quit in his hapless campaign against crooked Joe Biden, was not very good at his craft, politics. In fact, I would say that he was far worse than the Republican challengers to me, with a few exceptions. I'll give you those names if you like, but I'd rather get down to the serious business of defeating the worst president in the history of the United States by far, crooked Joe Biden. For the good of our now failing nation, and in order to inform the American people of what is going on in our country, we must immediately have a full-scale debate between Crooked Joe and Honest Don. I'm ready to go anytime, any place. So Donald Trump has now taken it upon himself to give himself a nickname, which, that's not even how nicknames work. Nicknames are supposed to be given to you by your friends, sometimes by the media, and that's usually not a great thing when that happens. But he has decided, I'm going to start calling myself Honest Don, which is, of course, the biggest oxymoron in the history of the United States. That's like me calling myself Farron with the good hair. It's just not accurate. After all, as the Washington Post fact checkers had pointed out when Trump left office, he told 30,000 verifiable lies while he was president of the United States. 30,000 that the fact checkers caught. I'm willing to bet there's a few that may have slipped through the cracks. So at least 30,000 lies while in office. And this man has the audacity to call himself Honest Don. What I have to admire about Donald Trump, because it's such a weird thing, is the fact that he genuinely believes that old saying, if you tell a lie enough, it becomes the truth. So he thinks if he goes out there and he calls himself Honest Don, and he repeats it, and he keeps using Honest Don, Crooked Joe, Honest Don, that everybody's just automatically going to buy it. And the thing is, the people who are going to buy it are the people who already bought into it a long time ago. You're not going to convince anybody that's on the fence right now that you're an honest guy. A majority of people in this country, and these are the polls that people forget about, majority of people in this country believe that Donald Trump should face prosecution. Now, I'm not saying a majority think he's guilty, but a majority think he should face trial for the things he's accused of. And a majority also say if he's convicted, they'll never vote for him. But I don't think there's anybody, and actually new polls this week kind of show that, anybody that's on the fence that think that Donald Trump is Honest Don. That is just absolutely not a thing that ever happened. That is not a nickname anyone would ever give you, unless, of course, they were doing it ironically. And if that's what you're doing then, Donald, then I have to say A+, perfect score there, bud. But if you're actually trying to rebrand yourself as Honest Don, I just don't think that's going to stick with the public at all. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.